Okay, this video is going to be for troubleshooting different things that you may or may not come across when starting to use this makeup or using this makeup. Always know that you can reach out to me at any time, at any point through this journey with this makeup, because that's my job and that's what I'm here for. I gathered some information of the most common questions or the most messages that I get for new customers using this makeup. And I'm gonna share with you my experience and then some other tips and tricks that I've learned along the way. Been around here long enough, or if you've heard me say before, when I first started using this makeup, I loved the concept. I loved how it looked, but I did not love my makeup like halfway through the day. I have no reason to not say that because I was coming across some issues that I was having trouble working out. So I'm here to walk you through anything that you need. Just know that and check these tips out. Sometimes I get a message from new customers that says my face feels sticky, my makeup looks cakey, I don't know what to do. So there's a couple things. Number one, we're gonna ensure that your color is correct. If for some reason your color is not, it's not the end of the world. We can swap that out, it's no big deal. We have a phenomenal customer service. Number two, sometimes when we go in with a brush, we go in too heavy-handed and we're applying too much. Now, in the beginning, myself, I applied way too much of this cream makeup, so I was like a sticky, icky mess like the first 3 times I wore it. Then I realized the learning curve with this makeup is not how to apply it, but how much to apply. So if for some reason you feel really sticky or your makeup looks cakey, and we've already addressed to make sure that it's not a color issue, maybe go in and try like taking your finger and doing the dot method with your different colors and then blending it out. Sometimes taking that approach instead of going in with a brush if you're a little heavy-handed. If not, you just gently tap to get the product on there, but you can try the dot method. Some people call it the cheetah hack, and then blend everything together. But just ensuring that you're not putting too much, because the majority of this makeup in these little tins, one of the reasons the colors look so dark is because the majority is pigment. So it takes very little product. So if you're feeling sticky or cakey or just something doesn't look right, try wearing less product. Also, this little guy right here, our perfector sponge, after you've applied all of your makeup, if you want to go in and just blot any excess makeup, this will keep you from having anything sitting on the surface of the skin feeling tacky. It's a beauty sponge. You wet it, wring all the water out. I also use this to set my makeup, but we'll talk about that in a second. The other thing I always get is contour. I can't see my contour. Where'd my contour go? Am I putting on too much contour? So I love to contour with our detail brush. If you didn't get the detail brush, that's fine. You can contour with anything. You can actually go in and apply your contour with your finger. Here's the thing about contour. Don't be afraid of it. Yes, I know when we look in our palette, we see this dark color and we're thinking, I can't put that on my face. You can always blend it till it's non-existent. So put that contour on, let it sit, apply the rest of your foundation, blend it last, or if you want to go in and soften it first, just don't over blend your contour, because I promise you, once everything is on and your colors are blended together, your contour is not going to be that dark. So if you're having an issue with your contour, don't be afraid to put it on. You can always blend it out. Don't over blend it, because wearing contour is what gives us dimension and is going to set this makeup apart from wearing that one color traditional foundation. Those days are in the past. Another thing is if your makeup doesn't look smooth. First of all, we all have texture to our skin, okay? Let's understand that, and I'm gonna say that again. We all have texture. Texture is normal. But if your makeup is like, or your skin looks flaky, it's more of a skin thing than an actual makeup thing. So if you have not invested in some little tinkle razors, number one, I want you to shave your face. You're not gonna grow a beard. I wish I would have done this years ago because this is the best thing, especially wearing cream makeup. We all have that peach fuzz through here, but if you do this and shave pretty much your whole face, being very gentle, going with the hair, don't go against it, going with the growth pattern of your hair, this is going to make your makeup go on so smooth and look so smooth. This also exfoliates and gets a lot of the dead skin off. Also, you need to exfoliate your skin at least once a week. I recommend twice, because the amount of dead skin that sits on our face will clog our pores, and then we don't realize it until we've exfoliated our skin. Don't do anything that's too abrasive, like a real gritty I love the Cure Aqua Gel from Amazon. It is my go-to. It just kind of beads up the dead skin, and it's kind of like grossly satisfying to see the amount of dead skin that comes off your face. So if your skin doesn't feel smooth and you don't feel like your makeup is sitting smooth on your skin, shave that face and exfoliate at least twice a week. Skin. Okay, so this may or may not apply to you. Oily combination skin. There's a product that I absolutely love that I have started using in my skincare, and it has changed so much about my skin. It's the Ordinary's Niacinamide. I use it in the mornings. I apply it to a damp face. It helps to control the oil production in our skin. I have combination. I can get real oily through here, really dry through here, and then kind of normal and then oily down here on my chin. So sometimes oily skin is more of a skincare issue, but I will help you resolve that if you're an oily girl. Also, this is gonna be your friend too if you're oily, and you may need to set with a powder. But the number one thing, don't skip your moisturizer. Our skin overproduces oil because we have lack of moisture, although somewhere in our brain that does not make sense to us, but that is the truth. So if you're oily, we can chat. There's some little tips and tricks that you may have to do differently, but oily skin can absolutely wear this makeup, but don't forget to moisturize. Under eye. A darker under eye can be corrected with makeup. If you have the sunk in, like more of like bags under your eye, that cannot be corrected with makeup, but we can correct the shadow that some people have here. So there is not a makeup product on the market that's going to correct bags under your eyes. So just know that, but we can correct the color. I'm a full believer in 3D foundation. This is the 3D foundation. Saint also has a product called Demi. I don't recommend Demi unless somebody comes to me specifically wanting Demi, or we've tried 3D foundation and it just doesn't work, because here's the thing. Demi and 3D foundation are about as different as like football and horse racing. They're two sports and somebody's gonna win. Like, they have certain concepts that are kind of the same, but they're that far apart in difference. So this 3D foundation is a makeup system. This is foundation, okay? Demi is a color correcting system. Two totally different things. So I always go for 3D foundation first, which if you have dark under eyes, I recommended a darker color because dark covers dark. Light does not cover dark. We've been taught that, but dark covers dark, and then you can go in and pop a little bit of a brightening shade to bring this area back to life. So if you're having an under eye issue, always know that your darker color is going to go on first to correct that darkness, and then you can pop your pop shade or your brightest shade on the inner and outer corners to bring that area back to life. If 3D has not worked for you and we've chatted, then we may have gone to the Demi bronzer. If you feel your makeup's missing something, or even though you have your colors are perfect, you're highlighting and contouring, but you just feel like your skin's missing something, if you have not tried a bronzer, I highly, highly, highly recommend it. I keep a little separate palette just because I'm extra. Bella bronzer and our blush bronzer brush, or any of the bronzers, come in a bundle. If you have not ventured into that world yet, I promise you, once you start using a cream bronzer, you will be like, what? This is amazing. So I recommend Bella or tan lines. Bella mainly to everybody unless you're super fair. A lot of people are scared of Bella because Bella looks so dark. This is Bella right here. And a lot of people are afraid of that, but I'm gonna tell you, it is not that dark because I have Bella. I wear Bella every single time I put my makeup on. I can use tan lines, but tan lines is a very golden-y bronzer, if that makes sense. So it looks good on most skin tones, but Bella to me, unless you are just super pale and super fair, I always go with Bella. So if you feel like you're just missing something, try adding a bronzer just on your forehead, the highs of your cheekbones down to blend your your chest and your neck and your chin, all of this together, because it just kind of is the icing on the cake. So I love our cream bronzers. So if you feel like you're missing something and you haven't tried a bronzer, look into our bronzer. Setting this makeup. So one of the things I love about this makeup is you can move these creams around your face and blend until you're ready to set. I'm a full believer that cream makeup has to be set. If you have large pores, I recommend the IT Cosmetic Bye Bye Pores. This stuff is amazing. I apply it with my Perfector sponge. It's a translucent powder, and I just dab the damp sponge and then go in, especially where I have big pores. You can set this makeup with a powder or a setting spray. The setting spray that I love, which I don't use setting sprays that often, is the Charlotte Tilbury matte airbrush finish. I don't spritz my face. I spray my damp Perfector sponge and then just blot my face. So I'm a full believer that you should set the cream makeup so it stays place all day. We have a setting spray, and then we also have a vanilla dust setting powder, but those two things work best for me, and that's usually what I recommend to people. So if you're not setting your makeup, or you feel like you're not getting the longevity, or it's just not lasting all day, try setting with a light translucent powder using something like a Perfector sponge. We also have a powder brush. Where are you, powder brush? Here you are. And it's flat on one end. This is our older brush, and kind of domed here, so you can go in and press. But I do believe that you should set your makeup, and that will give you the longevity and wear all day long. The last thing I want to talk about is skincare. Skincare is key. If you do not have a good skincare routine and you are not consistent, it does not matter what type of makeup you put on your face. The results basically come from skincare. So I'm no skincare expert, but I will tell you a few things that I think help. At night, your skincare routine, you should cleanse your face twice. Once to remove your makeup, the second to cleanse your skin. I didn't know this for years, and I would just do like a half makeup wipe and done. If I could go back to my younger self, I would be like, Misty, let's start skincare way earlier than what we actually did. We have a cleanser. That is what I use as my second cleanser. I use the Ordinary's cleanser to remove my makeup. It's a cream. You kind of just rub it on a dry face. You can use anything as long as it works with your skin. So I double cleanse at night, and then if you have any serums or anything that you use, apply those, or toners, however in the order that you want. And then don't forget to moisturize heavy. I love, love, love our Saint Cream moisturizer. It is hands down the best moisturizer I have used. I can't go without it. So I moisturize heavy at night, and then I re-cleanse my skin in the morning. I know some people say don't do that. I tried it. I had results for like 2 weeks, and then my skin got oilier and my pores got bigger. So I'm a full believer that you should re-cleanse in the morning. A lot of estheticians and dermatologists always say re-cleanse your skin in the morning. Why would you not? But I use the CeraVe foam, what is it? Cream to foam hydrating cleanser. It's very gentle. So I do use that in the morning, and I also moisturize it in the morning. Some people don't moisturize before they put this makeup on. I always tell people to try it without moisturizer and then try it with. If you do use a moisturizer, make sure that you moisturize probably 25 to 30 minutes before you apply your makeup. Also with primers, the only primer that I use really is the NYX Honeydew Me Up. This makeup is cream and water-based. I'm sorry, this makeup is cream, so you need to use a water-based primer. If you use a silicone makeup, you need to use a silicone-based primer. So silicone and these creams don't get along. So I always tell people, because I do get asked about primers, try it without a primer. I only wear this primer in the summer here because it's so hot and humid and I sweat so bad a lot of times. But if you want to use a primer, just make sure that it is water-based and not silicone. Okay, so that's just a few tips and tricks of troubleshooting some things that you may or may not run into. Always know you can reach out to me. I don't mind. It doesn't matter when. I will respond to you as soon as I can. And I'm so excited that you decided to try this makeup. It has done wonders for me, and I hope that it continues to do wonders for you and your skin. And one last thing, always remember, you are beautiful.